But yeah, let's talk
Yeah.
about little CC. Little CC on the
CC.
beat.
Little CC on the beat. CC on CC crime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I like the way you did that. What was it Shanae Carter or
Kennedy. It's Kennedy,
Kennedy?
but I don't. I
Kennedy.
don't know. It's
Kennedy Carter.
yeah.
Um.
So you can take it away if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, basically, what this is all coming from. It was Chicago versus Indiana.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's the Angel Reese
Which
Caitlin Clark beef. The
and let me just cut
rivalry.
in.
Yeah.
It
Go
was
ahead.
at 12 on a Saturday. It was at noon on a Saturday. I didn't even realize it was on until
Yeah.
I went out to get pizza with my girlfriend for lunch, and it's on. It's like in the second quarter. I'm like, holy shit, this is the Sky of the Fever. Like, so the WNBA is doing better at marketing, but there still is a little bit left to be desired. Like, come on, guys, come on.
Yeah. And it seems like the only marketing right now is players just beating up
Beating
Caitlin
the
Clark.
shit out of
But,
Caitlin.
but really, the biggest one was uh, Kennedy Carter. Uh, gave a nice little hip check to Caitlin Clark. Definitely was a little bit of malice behind it, but also, just I guess a lot of people are just chalking up physical basketball play. It's got the whole sports world riled up. People are obviously picking sides. I mean, you had Kennedy decline to talk to media about it, didn't want to talk about that whole Caitlin Clark situation. Um, even at Angel Reese, who Indiana won that game, and Angel Reese declined to talk to media when she's been a big proponent of it's not Caitlin Clark, it's me. Like people are
Talks too.
watching because
When
of
does
me.
she not want to talk, man? When does she not want to talk?
Yeah, so
When
like
she loses.
there's a lot to dive into with the whole
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark thing, and there's a lot of different ways we want to go about it. But I think first and foremost, like PTI, I think if you haven't watched that 5-6 minute clip that's been around YouTube on Twitter, at least look it up on YouTube of those two guys, the two goats, really, Kornheiser and Wilbon talking about it. But I think number one, it is what we have to get out of the way. I think it is a race thing. I think overall, I don't think you and I are looking at it like a race way, but I do think
There
to an
it is.
extent of
Yeah.
what they're saying is it's a black dominant sport, and this white girl who's tearing it up, no matter how good she is, our country is historically racist, and when there's finally a white person in general tearing up a league, a lot of the country is going to relate to her. And it's also because a lot of our country's white. So I do want to clarify that out of the way. That is a big thing. Again, though, with that being said, I don't think you and I view it that way at all. I think the younger generation, especially, and I don't mean to talk for you, but I am going to be doing here. I think the younger generation, our generation, we just look at ball players. Maybe it's just us. So maybe I'm just talking for us, not our
Yeah.
generation. But I think you and I, we
Us,
don't
yeah.
really care about what you look like. But if you can hoop, you can make our eyes go wide and make us go, wow, damn, that was dirty. Like you have our respect in that way. So I think number one, want to get that out of the way. Number two, though, I think it is quite naive for the Angel Reeses and all these players saying like they're watching basketball they're tuning in because of me because I'm good. No. They aren't in the most respectful way possible. They aren't. They're watching it because of Caitlin Clark. And don't discredit just because you beat her in a national championship. Just look at personal accolades. Like we're talking about the person, Caitlin Clark, who is the leading scorer in college basketball history. Um, it like Soul is selling out arenas in Iowa before she even came to WNBA, which people didn't even think was possible. I didn't even think there was Iowa basketball fans, and I was in Des Moines
Nope.
for March Madness, and I just didn't think there was Iowa fans like that. So the eyes are definitely on Caitlin Clark, and I think they're all taking it the wrong way. They're all just not like I understand, welcoming a rookie to the league.
Yeah.
Every rookie like has those physical plays of like I'm sure LeBron went through it. We go all the way back. Larry Bird went through it. Magic went through it. But LeBron, like all these guys that come in highly touted, they come into the professional world, and the professionals feel some type of way about it. They want to like make a little presence known. I understood that in the first couple weeks. Not saying I expected it, but like seeing it on my timeline, I was like, okay, yeah, they're just doing like a hey rookie, like you're good, but you know, I've been doing this for years, and this is just your first week here, so I get that. But now we're getting to the point of the season where like I think she's got that already. Like I don't think we need to keep beating it down. I don't keep beating her down because it is deliberate. It is malicious. It's like way out of pocket for what these players are doing to her.
Yeah, man.
But I think, and I'll end it on this, and I'll throw it over to you. My main point is all this talks about like, oh no, they're watching in the tuning me, or like, why do we care so much about Caitlyn? Like, there's all this skill, or whatever. You're missing the whole point of like when you have a goal, when you have this sort of player that can change everything for you. I'm not saying that you should, let her get an easy bucket, but understand that it's a major business decision that she is successful so that everybody can be successful. And once you get those media deals, and once you start seeing the contracts get bigger and bigger, that's when you know the league's there. Then you could do whatever the hell you want. But like you guys, the whole league, all the women, all the professionals, everybody has been pushing for popularity and equal pay and all that for the WNBA. God just gave you an angel to help get you there. Don't ruin it. Just don't ruin it. It's
Nope.
there. And we're all going to be interested. Nobody's going to be interested in WNBA if Caitlin Clark goes down with an injury for the rest of the year. Nobody's going to tune in. And I know there's
Yeah.
hell of a lot more great basketball players women basketball players out there. We just had Sabrina, who almost beat Steph Curry in the 3-point shooting competition. And it's not like Caitlin Clark's doing well, but I think you're shooting your angel that is helping you.
Very well.
That
Yeah.
is like helping you get to that golden promised land. And it's all the wrong mindset. So I'll throw it over to you. I kind of just took the spotlight there, but I'm interested to
Oh
hear what you
yeah.
have to say about it.
You're good, man. There's a lot, there's a lot to be said about this. There's a lot I have to say about this as not like a new fan. Excuse me. I'm not like a new fan
Yeah,
to women.
you're more educated than I am as far as players, and I'm not saying you could tell me who won the championship 5 years ago, but you could at least maybe name somebody, or you could
Yeah.
recognize somebody who was on it or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
totally. Like I'm not. I'd say I got into it like a little bit. Like it's kind of Sabrina. When she got drafted, because I followed her at Oregon, and I responded to my buddy on Twitter. Like I think the WNBA missed an opportunity with her. Um, when she was coming up, and then she did get injured. But with that being said, I'll start it with the WNBA is not a victim in all this. Like, say what you want about society, but they have been like you say, like they have had great players, yes, and they're like Diana Taurasi, like Sue Bird, also white Americans, and like there is a reason that the media is so much bigger now than it was, and obviously, like her game is polarizing, like and Kennedy Carter, man, coming out and saying, well, I'll cap that point off by saying like the WNBA has to like really be careful here because you have all these new eyes on the sport, and this is what is happening now. It's not like an end all be all, but like you gotta tread lightly here. Kennedy Carter, first off, has the audacity to anybody who watches that clip, not just the check, that's one thing, but the baseline angle where
yeah,
she says, "Yo, bitch," and has a look in her eye, dude. I don't know, like that's a jealous look. Like I've had my like that's a jealous look, and that takes me to the next point of. Well, actually, let me close that off. There's a lot I want to say. The audacity you have to say all she does is shoot 3-pointers. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's
Are you kidding me? Look at anybody. Name any other woman who shoots from, let alone like 30 feet, 35 feet at a consistent rate. Like there are like Danica Hamby, all the sparks. Like she's a 3-point shooter she's finding her stroke this year. She might be the MIP at this point, but like and Sabrina can do what Sabrina can do. But even then, like at the rate that Caitlin does it is unheard of before. So the audacity for you to sit there and say that, like, do you ever like all you have to say? This is all you have to say. Something along the lines of, and she says no Caitlin Clark questions, and Angel Reese too. This is all you have to say. Something along the lines of, Kate is great. She's done a lot of great things for our league, and I'm not going to deny that. And we've had or like she's a special player. I've seen it up close. We beat her in the national championship, and I did like what Angel had to say about her being the villain, because I think there is some truth in that.
mm-hmm.
But then she went on to say, people watch because of me, not because of us. And then she did say afterwards, there are a lot of great players, but there's just so much me, 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 me.
Yeah.
Nothing about, like, she is not one. Like, show me a clip where she gives Caitlin her flowers.
Yeah.
You can't find one. So, like, you can't say that this stuff isn't personal. There's enough like data, there's enough evidence out there that these players are out, not even out to get her, but they're acting some type of way. Because you said it, we brought up the race thing. It's the elephant in the room. It's the umbrella. Like, this is a white American, not even a European, a white American coming in, dominating a black led sport. And she also happened to like create a beef in college with a pretty, like, I don't know what the right word is, but Angel Reese is like, she's like,
Well, it's
she's a
Angel Reese.
personality.
It's also their coach.
Yeah, true. But
Yeah, it was like LSU was like it was like the like loudmouth versus like middle America,
yeah.
basically the glamour versus middle America, basically.
And that's all like she had going for. Like, she shot 3 for 12 the other night, and she doesn't have a game. I'm sorry. She doesn't have she's not a, she was tall in college, all right? She's tall in college. She has like, and look, she could get better. She could definitely get better. She has the um, you know, physique and tools to be better. Um, especially like in this new era of the WNBA, but like, just the audacity you have to say something like that, and the it, and then you can't speak to the media about it, and you just keep you're gaslighting. The WNBA and players are gaslighting the fans. Like, you're doing this, and you're like, what are you talking about? Like, we're not. You see Caitlyn getting all these deals, like millions of dollars. Like, man, how are you not going to be jealous? Especially as a like, it doesn't like it doesn't happen in the NBA. Like, it just doesn't. Like, so there's a race aspect to it. There's a gender aspect to it, unfortunately, that you got to address. But yeah, we're just talking. We like to talk hoop on here.
Yeah.
We like to talk hoop, and everybody wants to watch Caitlin Clark. It starts with Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark was not as good as she was, Angel Reese,
Yeah, there would
she was the
be
10th overall pick. Nobody knows like that. The top couple, but most of that bottom bunch doesn't go on to have a lengthy career in the WNBA. They get buried. It starts with Caitlin. Like, that's what people are misinterpreting about this whole debate. Like, we're not taking anything away from everyone. Like, everyone has their little part, but you got to acknowledge that, like, you need an antagonist and a protagonist to have a good story. But like, the better the protagonist, aka Caitlyn, like, the greater you are, the more like angles you're gonna be able to take at her. And the white thing and the woman thing, and it gets a little bit messy in today's society. But just I'll end it with, like, rookie of the month. I haven't watched all the Fevers games, but I watched their one win, half of their second one, and their first two games, and one in between. This is not a great basketball team. I think they need a new coach. But what she's doing for a rookie is it's Cam Brink's playing pretty well for the Sparks defensively, but Tarasi was right. Like, you don't come in and just light up the league in the WNBA. It doesn't happen. No one with a brain, no one with a knowledgeable brain that's not trolling expect her to do that. She's playing really well. She's just got to she's got to get over this hump. She's got to, number one. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the workout regimen would be for someone like her. You don't want to fuck up your shot, but got to be able to be a little bit tougher about it, or her teammates got to freaking back her up, man.
Yeah, that was the main point I want to bring up.
That was
Where is
beautiful. Yeah,
where are the teammate support, or maybe the teammates comments? Maybe they are defending her in post games or whatnot. Maybe that's not getting shown. Although I feel like with everything that's going on, we would hear that. But where is the Caitlyn gets knocked down on the ground? Where is the player coming up and getting in Kennedy's face or getting in
yeah.
Angel's face and be like, "This is my teammate," and
It's
I
your
I forget
golden
what was,
calf, man. This is the goal. This is the golden calf. This is the
and
WNBA's baby.
yeah, and I don't know if it was Wilbon or somebody said it, but it's like if this is just a constant thing all season long, which I don't think. I think it's a few teams that actually hate her. Like I saw
And players,
Sabrina
yeah.
after Caitlyn had a pretty terrible game. I think she only scored 3 or 4 points or something like that.
Yeah, 1 for
But
10.
she said they came off a back to back, so it's a little bit tough. But Caitlyn will figure it out. It's okay to have games like that.
Yeah.
And and I didn't see anything, wrong happen in that game, of somebody blatantly trying to go out of their way to attack Caitlin Clark. But back to the point, there's no enforcer. Where are the teammate support? If I had Caitlin Clark as a goddamn teammate, and I was maybe sixth, seventh man, or who knows what role I had played on that team, I'd be up in their face, being because I know that this is Caitlin Clark, and she can bring me to a championship and probably more money. And who better to have best friends in the league than Caitlin Clark? I would be full up in the face, ready to throw some hands and to protect my chick. But to the point that they're making on PTI, that if she just keeps getting beat up, then what does she feel the need to even suit up for a game? What's the point for her to to be on that team if nobody's
Yeah.
going to be supporting her,
Mhm.
nobody's going to come back her up or whatnot? That's my whole biggest qualm about it all, where it's I understand, you know, welcome to the league, sort of
Yeah.
that mantra of it all, but have some goddamn guts if you're the teammate and stand up. You guys go through highs and lows. I've been on basketball teams, been on fucking church league basketball leagues where yeah, in the hindsight it doesn't mean a lot, but if one of my boys got hard foul, got fouled pretty hard, he's on the ground. If I see one of my teammates helping him up, I'm going up to that guy being like, "Yo, you best not do that shit again, or we're gonna see what's gonna happen." Because we ain't letting that slide. We ain't letting. I'm not letting the star player on my team get bullied around like that. Because then you have to go through me, and there's none of that right now. And I hope whoever runs Indiana Fever is trying to figure out what free agent or whoever we can go get to be that enforcer. Because you want to keep Caitlin Clark in your franchise for as long as you can. You don't want her leaving. But if I'm Caitlin Clark right now, I'm just all right, get beat up. I got nobody that supports me. Why the hell am I on the Indiana Fever? Nobody cares about me.
Yeah, dude. You you got Kennedy, and this is not an in-game play. This is that's the other thing. This is an inbound.
Yeah,
This is an inbound in the second or third quarter. I forget, but like in the windup and the come on, and then Angel Reese gets up on the bench and is clapped. She's like, yeah,
clapping.
she's embracing it, and then you're just telling fans it's you're acting like it's not happening. You don't talk to the media. Angel Reese then you know does or not Angel Reese. She does her freaking thing. She was talking. She talked the next day, And
Well, yeah, she
that's
got
when
fined. She got fined
she got
because she didn't
fined,
talk after the game.
but then she talked the next day. But Carter went on like a Twitter tirade immediately.
Immediately, yeah, it's like I'm not taking any Caitlin Clark questions. Go to the locker room. Immediately goes on a Caitlin Clark tirade.
I'm
Like
like, bro, come on. Like this is just it's like it's Bush League. It's Bush League.
it is Bush League. It is
And
Bush League.
like you gotta it's gotta you gotta watch yourself,
And
WNBA, because
and another thing too, I don't know who run. I don't know if it's the deputy commissioner of the NBA. I don't know who the commissioner of the WNBA is. I don't know. I probably like we should know who that is by now, but regardless, they got to start fining
Angle,
or
Kathy
suspending.
Angle, I think.
But she's got to start fining, suspending, making rules
Yeah.
saying this is not going to fly in my league, no matter what. Because if they could going to happen to Caitlin Clark, what's stopping it from somebody doing it to Sabrina or Kelsey or whoever?
Yeah,
What's
man.
stopping anybody else from going? Oh well, if I can just basically like hip tackle
Try to hurt
Caitlin
her.
Clark, I could do it to whoever the hell I want to because I'm not going to get fined or suspended from it. There's not going to be any repercussions. So like the top down needs like someone from the top needs to do something. But again, I'm also not on board of like I don't want to coddle Caitlin Clark. I think
Yeah.
physicality is good. I think there has been too many instances of it being deliberate and malicious where it's like, all right, guys, stop. Like just fucking stop it. Okay? And I hope we get to that point, but there really hasn't been any signs that we are getting to that point.
Yeah, not really. I mean, yeah, Kathy, she acted pretty quickly on the expansion thing. Um which I'm kind of excited for, the Valkyries. I love that colorway. Um but this is arguably more important, and like you can, like, yes, it happens in the NBA, but this one particular instance just kind of put it's not an isolated thing. Um yeah, it sucks that this is what we're talking about though. Like, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Like that's what I just like they should be hoop talk. Like there's there's a lot of good stuff going on in the WNBA this year. A lot of players improving, a lot of players putting themselves on the map. Um, Freaking Asia's doing her thing. She might win another MVP. Caitlyn has not been bad. That's the thing that's very annoying. And you have this new crop of fans that's coming in just for like the political bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I see and it's Twitter, but I see people. It's like I was gonna like comment to this, but I didn't. But I saw a tweet. It was like, there are really black men out there like supporting Caitlyn. Like, come on. And I'm like, bro, like,
Yeah,
no.
like why are we making it about that?
I'm like, this is horrible.
Like
I hate
we
society.
like that's my biggest thing just overall of like cuz it always goes down to like a little race thing, but why do we have to make it that? Why
Because
can't we just
it's
make it that these
easy.
guys
Because
are
it's
basketball
easy.
players?
That's why, Toby. Because it's easy for people. Because people are
Yeah.
dumb as shit, and then people, it's easy.
Yeah.
They're like,
No.
race.
I mean, you're right. You're right. But
Because you
guys
can't watch a game and break it down and freaking actually talk hoop.
but
It's easy, but yeah,
yeah.
it's annoying. But
And
it's if it's coming, it's gonna come with it. Like, we should have
the
known this.
the only thing I got the only thing
I
I'll
did.
defend Angel Reese on though is like her comment section do be getting pretty ugly and really racist. And that would piss me off though, that like every time I logged onto my social medias and I post like whatever photo, you got all these trolls or whatever. And I know it's tough to just be like, well, like those guys are losers and it's online. It doesn't really whatever. But I can understand that can take a toll or whatever. But like,
Yeah, it's messed up.
don't take it out on Caitlin Clark. Or if you are going to take it out on Caitlin Clark, like just be better than her. Like, could ball out on her. Like, don't be going 1 for 12 inside the paint. Like, bro. And I be seeing her play, dog. Oh my
Oh,
god, she just chucks that shit up. I swear
she's
her
not
eyes are
good.
closed half the time
Like,
when
I'm
she
sorry.
just
Like,
chucks up a
and
shot.
and she could like hear this. Like, I don't care. Like, she's tall, and
Yeah,
like She's tall. Like she has a. She's just not. She's got to get better. Like she won't. I don't think she'll last. Like people say, I don't think she's gonna last. But
Yeah,
um,
Caitlyn will, because like
she's gonna last, dude.
Caitlyn's on like the like bar, like she's probably playing the worst basketball that she could maybe. I don't like, but that is what 25 points per game or whatever. She's still shooting what 30-40% from three. Like
Yeah,
she's like playing the worst possible ball, I feel like, but this is just her lowest ceiling, which is like what you expect out of a rookie. Like,
like
you got to figure out the game.
she's not doing the one thing that she's best at yet. It'll her shot, and it'll
Yeah.
come at a consistent. And the fever have got to help. The spacing sucks. Fever
Well,
have
the
got to
team just
like
sucks in
the
general.
team
So
just
like
sucks.
when your whole game plan going against the Fever is Caitlin Clark, yeah, it's easy to
Exactly.
double team and press her and get her off and not give her like it's easy when there's nobody else around her.
Yeah.
And going back to the whatever point you said about all her just being a shooter, she's a hell of a passer too. If she had better teammates, we'd be seeing Caitlin Clark dime highlights of the
She's
things that she'd
close
be
to
able to.
double doubles. Like
Yeah,
she been putting up like 8, 7, 8 assists. I think she averaged 6 for the month of May. She's getting boards too, and like doing like the Westbrook type thing where you get the boards and run the break and then run the
yeah.
offense. She's picking it up like quickly, and the shot's gonna come, dude. The shot's gonna come.
And when it does, all hell will break loose.
It'll come for sure. I mean, she's hitting them. Like she'll hit a couple. When Aaliyah Boston figures her shit out, and um I think they need a new coach
Yeah, I think
first
the most
first and
thing,
foremost.
the biggest thing is that they need an enforcer. They need somebody to take her fucking back, dude. They need some. She needs some support. Can't just be doing it in a locker room behind closed doors. Like there, it needs to be public. It's gotten too far. It's gotten way too far. But
Yeah, that's like
I think they do play in a couple weeks again.
they do.
Um, I forget what date it is. I know it's in June. Um, I'm trying to like look for it quick, but I'm just gonna be causing awkward silence. But shit, probably be easier if I just go to the Fever.
Why isn't the schedule coming up? What the heck, Google? Oh,
Yeah, I
usually
gotta
the schedule
say.
comes right up.
Usually it does too. I thought
Heck.
Real was gonna have it. Anyways, I know I saw it that they play again sometime like June 15th to the
June
20th range.
23rd
There we go. So yeah, they play again on the 23rd.
at
Everyone's
Indiana.
gonna be highly anticipated to watch that. But um, yeah, I just need an enforcer, but I do. It's way out of pocket for what's going on. Something needs to happen, whether that's the teammates or the league or whatever. But it's getting a little bit too far, getting a little bit too mean and
Yeah,
nasty,
man.
and it seems to be mostly the Sky that is causing sort of the issues with it. But there has been a couple of other teams. I can't name them specifically, but I've just seen the
No,
highlights come up on Twitter of like, oh, Caitlin Clark got laid out again. And I'm like, Jesus, dude.
absolutely no. Against the Storm, she took a big fall. There have been a couple others. I mean, there's one like you don't want to be like you don't want to be that guy who's like, oh, come on, like it's basketball, but like that Kennedy Carter one was like the straw, like that was the last straw. It's like, okay, come on, man,
Yeah,
like come on. Um,
yeah.
yeah, she'll figure it out. She needs a better team. Christy Size, man, she gotta get up or get out. Get up or get out. That's for sure. She got to get that team under wraps. I feel like Erica Wheeler, like she used to like in the past, she was I feel like a gritty sort of player. I don't know where that's kind of gone. Maybe since she doesn't have the reins as much. this year. But I don't know. They got to recognize that like this is like this is our ticket. This is our
Yeah.
ticket.
And like instead of being jealous and hateful about it, like embrace it. Like at least like keep her around. Like I guess it's like they don't want her. I don't even really know what really they. I guess the hatred is just that because she's so damn good at basketball. At the end of the day, that's what the hatred goes
Well,
along.
also she's like one of the only ones who is getting a like it's a
Like a
record Nike contract. It's a
yeah,
name like numerous other sponsors, signing autographs, all this attention. She's getting attention, all the attention.
yeah, and we know how the double X chromosomes react to other women
Dude,
getting more attention.
attention is like that should be like one of that's gonna be a new like not seven deadly sin, like a new vice, like attention. Like I swear it should be
Yeah,
because it's oh my it's such like a drug. And yeah,
yeah,
you said it. So
yeah.
that's what it is. That's like I mean, come on, man. Like
You're right,
let's just
though.
say it how it is. Let's just say it how it is.
You're right.
Like
You're
let's
right.
stop messing around. Let's stop pretending that Cardoso and Reese are that good. Brink's a beast on defense, but it's Caitlin fucking Clark. It's Caitlin
Yeah.
fucking Clark. Like Pat McAfee said, like there's a white bitch in Indiana.
Yeah,
Which he got
dude.
so much shit for, and I was like, come on, guys.
He got a lot of shit for it. I'm more so on he shouldn't have said that. As a dude,
Yeah.
and he's a guy's guy.
I know what he
He
meant
wears
though. But
he
yeah.
wears tank like dude. I'm gonna be completely honest to the tuner inners. Like, have I referred to Caitlin Clark as yo, that bitch on Iowa is fucking good? Like,
Like,
yes,
yeah,
I
it's
have.
a bad bit. Like,
Would I do that on national television for the worldwide leader in sports? Probably not. So I understand, and because like I don't think people have an issue with Pat McAfee himself saying it. I think people have an issue with what I just said. You're the lead wide world,
maybe, yeah.
whatever, of sports coverage, and you have listeners from ages like 4 to 100 of different age and sexes and whatnot. You don't want that to be it. But again, like it's Pat Mac, he wears fucking wife beaters on his show. Like he's a dude's dude. Um, it's like so he almost should be for Barstool more so than ESPN. But yeah, I did see that. People got really upset, but people love getting upset these days, man. That's what keeps people going, I guess.
That's another truth bomb here on this first ZAP segment.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think we can end it there.
Yeah, I'm
I,
cool. I'm cool with ending it there. That was a good like hefty 30-minute conversation almost. So
yeah, man. I'm just peeping the free agents this year in the WNBA. There's some names. Dewana Bonner, I
Kiki
think would be a great
Jefferson,
fit. Sabally, what's up?
Kiki Jefferson.
Kiki, yeah, man. Hey, you never know. I mean, shit. Like they probably could. They need a whole sort of new makeover. I'm seeing, oh, dude. Dude? I didn't know Neneke was a free agent, dude. They could get Aguamike, dude.
I bet if you made
Neneke.
like if the expansion team just had all those WNBA free agents, they'd probably be better than. Isn't there a team that hasn't won a game yet? Yeah, they'd probably be better than the Washington Mystics
Mm-hmm.
if you
Yeah, the
got all that together.
Mystics are pretty poor, dude. Dude. It's Cade Cunningham to the Sixers and Neneke to the Fever. That would be an insane scoring duo. Oh my, that'd be
Yeah.
fucking filthy.